better way to describe it.
I think being a successful producer means knowing when to shut up, and they're really, really funny people here. So, Glee is about underdogs. It's about, Ryan met Ian Brennan, who had written a screenplay based in this world, and he thought this would be a terrific way to incorporate singing and dancing into a TV show. And that's how we ended up here, and it's a real honor to work with such talented people. The key was finding a way to put music into a TV show and make it feel organic. So much of it feels like we want to feel like a musical. We want to feel like people breaking into song and dance for no particular reason. And this was a setting where that all seemed to work. It all seemed to make sense. And if we get it right, and we're all a little nervous because it just screened in the East Coast. It just wrapped up about 40 minutes ago. It's good nervous stuff. It's good nervous.
Actually, one thing, like with Brothers, I think the great thing is the casting and how you guys really come across connected. With Glee, the casting seems to be like perfect. I'm curious about the process of you as the producer, about how you got these guys, how it happened.
I think they'll attest to this. There's a broad range of people. We've got people like Chris Cofer, who's an 18-year-old who drove himself down from Clovis, California, auditioned for the show. We went out to New York. We auditioned, terrific Broadway performers. Matthew Morrison, Leah Michelle was here in Los Angeles, even though she's a Broadway performer. This guy we had to go dig out of Canada.
Yeah.
We looked high and low. It was quite a search to find, but I think it's a great mix. And they've just come off a promotional tour together, and I can't wait to hear the stories. They all have very, very different backgrounds, and I think everyone's having a ball together.
What was it? Did you get a mall tour or something, right?
Wait a minute, that sounds so terrible.
No, this is a hot topic. This is a hot topic. They were in Hollywood and Highland last week.
Look forward to it.
It worked with Tiffany 20 years ago. What did you, the show had already been on, so there was an awareness of what it was. What kind of reaction did you get when you guys were out there?
It was startling. We were all shocked at how excited people were. We did 10 cities across the United States in 12 days. So we were basically from the airport to the hotel, to the mall, to the airport, to the hotel, to the mall, to the...
the experienced actor's like, oh, I know.
But it was a really good time. We were shocked. We showed up in the mall in the Boston area, our first scene, and there were hundreds of kids standing outside, all wearing the Glee shirt, screaming. And we get into the mall, and everybody's singing "Don't Stop Believing" from the pilot at the top of their lungs, and we're all like, "What is happening here?" We didn't know what to expect.
What's bizarre for us is we've finished our order. We've finished 13 episodes of the show, and no one's seen it. But we've got this body work. I don't know where you guys. I think you guys have finished a big chunk as well.
6 episodes.
Oh my God.
That's song for us too. Everywhere we go. Actually, we get balls deep. That's a good I think people really identified with the characters. Because the characters are so well drawn. Yours in particular just seems so layered, more than anything on TV, comedy or drama, and I think people identify with that.
I think that's a great thing about our show and the great thing about the writers that we have is they've made these characters so relatable. I grew up watching shows that were wonderful, and I would watch and say, I wish I could be as cool as that character, as pretty as that character, but I think these characters are really so true to high school students right now. That's great.
Yeah, there's something that everybody can relate to in the show, especially it is an underdog story, like Dante was saying. I think we can all kind of find our own inner underdog in these characters.
But it's the thing about the Fox side of it, and that's I think what's interesting and speaks to all 3 shows is that we get away with a kind of subversiveness that's outrageous. The stuff we do and say is crazy, and I know other networks wouldn't let us get close to it. And we're all dressed up and singing, dancing, and
Yeah.
But the truth is, if you look underneath it, I think hopefully if we're successful, people will see the subversive comedy underneath it, and we're really, really fortunate that we can get away with stuff. We pull stuff back that standards and practice is letting us get away with, because we think, oh, well, I really don't want my 11-year-old daughter hearing that line.
Such as?
We got blowjob jokes, we got a bunch of stuff.
What do you do? I guess we can't go over certain
But it's written so well that it's really people that don't pay attention.
Okay, well, and now I will be.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the DVD, the guys. I'm hearing you say that, it's sort of my one commonality I think all these shows have is that they all work on two levels. I mean, Cleveland show is just funny, but there is a sweetness there that you don't often see in other shows. You guys are serious. The characters work on two different levels. It's very funny, but identifiable. And Brothers, I mean, you work in serious tones. There's like the guilt Michael's character seems to have about Chill's accident, what may be wrong, with Coach's character. Maybe there's Alzheimer's, we don't know. Is that an advantage maybe being on Fox, or just happenstance that you guys are able to have shows that really work on two different levels?
I spent like about 5 years ago at The Simpsons, and one of the things that, The Simpsons is still a great show, and Family Guy, King of the Hill, I hope our show borrowed a lot from The Simpsons. And Jim Brooks always used to say, not stealing it, it's just paying homage. And so we pay homage constantly. But one thing that they made sure of is that, because we knew a lot of kids would be watching that show, is that anything that was kind of an adult story, when you watch The Simpsons, I hope on our show, there's another story that kids could be following. Not a separate story. The story that you're watching on a different level is playing for them like it's a mystery of why the parents are in separate bedrooms. And they'll never understand, there won't be an explicit line that they're not having sex because they're angry, whatever it is. And I think we consciously try to do that, because I think...
We do?
And I will say, I kind of like completely. Because I went as a fan after our panel to see your guys' panel. I was, ran in the hot sun, sitting there and watched that episode, and these guys were trying to get people to join the Glee, and they did this really sexualized dance number. And I was laughing, enjoying it. I was thinking, I'm calling standards on... We weren't allowed animated characters rubbing up against each other under the covers, and they were married. I was like, they had balloons that were popping, and things were happening downstairs, and I was like, and then of course I realized I was missing our panel, and I had a great back. But we try that because we do know that kids are going to tune in to that Sunday night animation block in bigger numbers than I think,
It's American, and I don't want to get too hysterical about it, but I think it goes back to HAZAC. It goes back to censorship, and the only way you could get away with subversive stuff was to be a little bit underground, a little bit aside with it. And that's what, it's more delicious if you got to discover the dirtiness underneath it. I think, isn't it?
And also, like teens these days, they're not stupid, These are real issues that they're dealing with, and, I think that they're ready for this.
So you present it in a sophisticated enough way where you code it in laughter and you get...
I think your problems are revealed tonight, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. your sexual dysfunction.
Well, no,
Go home and watch.
Yeah, actually now, the build-up.